Chapter 1. The Status Trap. You earn $200,000 a year, and in almost every neighborhood, society has already written the rules for exactly how you are supposed to live. Rule 1. Buy the $500,000 house at a minimum. Rule 2. Drive the $60,000 car. Rule 3. Look the part for everyone watching. You are expected to perform the ritual of the successful professional, in full costume, on a stage you never actually agreed to stand on. But what happens if you quietly refuse? What if you, earning a top-tier income, choose to live in a $200,000 house instead? People will think you are weird. They will think you are cheap. They will glance at your modest house and quietly decide you must not be doing that well. But they are making one enormous mistake. They are staring at the costume. They are not looking at the math. Today, we are going to walk through the POV of someone living this exact life and why it was never really about money at all. It is about something almost nobody earning what you earn actually has. Absolute, untethered freedom. The kind your trapped neighbors can only pretend to feel. Chapter 2. The Math of Keeping Up. Let us actually look at the numbers, because this is where it stops being an opinion and starts being almost unfair. On $200,000 a year, your take-home pay, after taxes, lands somewhere around $11,000 a month. That is your real number. Now buy the expected $500,000 house. The mortgage, the property tax, and the insurance alone swallow close to 30% of that instantly. Add the upkeep a bigger house quietly demands, the repairs, the higher bills, and you are closer to 40%. Gone. Every single month. Now park the $60,000 car in the driveway, financed, of course. Suddenly, 60% of your paycheck is spoken for before you buy a single bag of groceries. 60%. On a $200,000 income. That is the quiet secret of the successful professional. They are living paycheck to paycheck in a costume. Now run the exact same life through the $200,000 house instead. Your housing cost drops to roughly 12 to 14% of your take-home. Not 30, not 40. Around 12. You did not just save a little money. You opened a gap of around $3,000 every month that your high-earning neighbor will never even see. And that gap is the whole game. It is not about being cheap or sad or small. It is about buying choices that most people, even people earning what you earn, cannot fathom. Chapter 3. The Reality of the $200,000 Home. Now, you are probably picturing something grim, a sad little box, a downgrade. You are thinking, will I be living in a dump? Here is the secret the housing market would rather you did not sit with. In a huge number of markets, a $200,000 house is a genuinely beautiful, functional home. It has everything you actually need. A warm kitchen, enough space, a door that locks, and a roof that holds. It is just not a trophy. And that single word, trophy, is the entire trap. Because what the bigger house is really selling you is not comfort. It is status. This is lifestyle inflation, and it is quiet and patient. Every time your income rises, a voice insists you now need more. A bigger place, nicer things, a better costume. But here is the truth that voice hides. You do not need the extra square footage to be happy. You want the extra square footage because some part of you believes other people need to see it. The space is not for living. It is for showing. Strip the audience away, and the math is obvious. Your modest home does the one job a home is for. It holds your life warmly and safely. Everything beyond that was never for you. Chapter 4. The Massive Wealth Multiplier. Now, here is the twist, the part that quietly changes the entire trajectory of your life. Because you are not feeding a $500,000 trophy, you get to do something radical with that gap. You invest it. Every single month, automatically. $3,000 to $4,000 moved into investments before your hands can ever touch it. That is not money sitting in an account. That is a machine. A wealth machine you are feeding, while your neighbor spends his evenings feeding a mortgage. Take $3,000 a month invested steadily at a reasonable long-term return and watch what a single decade does to it. In 10 years, the difference alone, just the money you refuse to hand to a bigger house, can grow into well over $500,000. Add the down payment you never locked away, the retirement you kept funding, and the equity quietly building underneath you, and you are looking at a 7-figure net worth, built almost invisibly. From the outside, nothing changed. Same house, same car. Inside, you became wealthy without a single person noticing. You turned house status into pure equity. You turned a costume into a fortune. That is the multiplier nobody on the street is talking about. And here is the quiet tragedy across the street. 10 years in, your successful professional peers are still paying interest on a massive, bloated mortgage. Far bigger income, far bigger house, far less freedom, and shockingly little to show for a decade of it. Same salary, same 10 years, two completely different universes. Chapter 5. The FU Money Mindset. So let us be honest about what you are really buying here, because it was never the house. The house was just the key that unlocked it. What you are buying is the option, and it comes down to 3 words almost no amount of status can purchase: peace, choice, time. When you live in a $200,000 house on a $200,000 income, you can walk into work tomorrow and quit, and survive for years on your investments without ever touching the principal. Years, not weeks. Now think about the people in those big, beautiful, bloated houses. Most of them cannot survive 3 missed months. You can survive 3 missed years. That is the entire difference between looking rich and being free. One is a performance for strangers. The other is quiet, unshakable power. So put it on a scale. On one side, impressing your neighbors. On the other, never having to work another day you do not choose. Which side is heavier? Be honest with yourself. Because whether you realize it or not, your entire life is quietly being built on your answer. Chapter 6. Outro. If you are ready to stop playing the status game and start playing the wealth game, there is one piece left that makes the whole thing actually work. Because it is not really about spending less or punishing yourself. It is about redirecting the flow, moving the money before your hands ever feel it. In the next video, I will show you the exact automation setup. How to move that $3,000 to $4,000 from your paycheck into investments before you even see it land. And just so it is said, none of this is financial advice. It is a story and a way of thinking meant to make you question the costume everyone told you to wear. So if this cracked something open for you, subscribe and come build the machine with me. I will see you in the next one.